Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good? Yo, hey, what up, girl? Um, my lord, my anime people, I have been given so much power. I have been given so much power, guys. I see an anime, I like an anime, I get to talk about that anime and pray that you guys check it out and give it a chance. Just give it a baby bit of a chance and let me know what you guys actually think about it. But this week, I I am a man who looks at certain pictures and I am a man who looks at certain aspects of characters that would spark my interest. Tell me why. The most I knew about this show was that this man was wearing a somewhat military outfit that, it's like a Japanese military. And as soon as I saw him, there was this manga that I fell in love with. I absolutely loved it. But in that day and age, which I think it was like 2 years, maybe 3 years now. No, yeah, it might have been 2 years. Holy crap. Um, the show was called, or the manga was called. I can't. Oh, man, I'm gonna mess up the name. But if I tell you how it was, you'll understand. The show was about people who fly, like they fly in the air, and that's kind of the real transportation in this world. Like everything else, traveling wise, was like very, like just trash. Not to mention if you did have one of these air balloon like blimps, you were, considered like a big shot. You were considered something of relatively, just being something big in this world necessarily. And with that being said, it came with these all these kids who are orphans who heard the story of people who traveled and people who are still traveling, and they really wanted to do that as well. So what ends up happening is that stuff that they wanted to do can't happen because of how the government is, and the main character becomes this ridiculously overpowered samurai sword wielding character, and it's hype. But the manga ended. There's nothing left of that story to be told. Shonen ended publish uh, their run with them, so you can't watch it. But the outfit the person was wearing was the exact same as this guy. And as me being the anime G, I haven't witnessed every single manga out there, but I have seen some pretty cool ones that definitely deserved more than what they got. And to see anything remotely similar to that character that I really enjoyed, I wanted to see if someone else had, if this isn't the same guy who made that manga, I wanted to see if someone else had that same interesting passion of making the character that I saw who looked really awesome, if he had the same passion to make this character just as awesome and ridiculously like cool in the sense of how he handles things. My God, did he nail it? This episode is nutty. So, pretty much a new continent pops up in this world, and after this continent pops up, it houses pretty much some of the dangerous beasts you can imagine, not to mention they're like no one really knows about them besides the people who explore there and have explorer badges and probably like live in this place on a daily basis just to overall um, I was gonna say overall just to get to know it. So for instance, there's a lot of places like this in shows, and man, this has so much potential in my opinion, because not only is this place like it's like forbidden for everybody who isn't licensed explorer, because you're pretty much just gonna die. Not only are you going to die, we see this week that a centipede, excuse the noises in the background, excuse me, explosions. It's Robin. I gotta stop doing stuff right about Robin. He just throws grenades like an idiot. Um, but with this area being the way it is, we understand just where everything is kind of leading to in a sense. And I honestly love certain characters uh within their own lives that they live, and with this life that this man is living, it's pretty hardcore, man, and it seems like every day is something he's got to deal with. You know, like something somewhere is gonna come after him whenever he goes to this place, and he literally just has to deal with it and destroy it any way possible. So, um, I'm just interested to see if he ever kind of gives us more on him. Because now we're in this situation where we got this super ridiculous, awesome character, right? And he clearly might be holding in some stuff that may happen to him, but he's not giving it. They're not giving it away like he's just, oh, look at him, he's so sad about so, or like, it feels a lot more uh like this is going to be a lot more of an earned situational thing that we learn instead of just being overall surprise, overall narrative just drags us into it. It feels like there's something really there. And by the way they didn't even announce it, and by having someone who pretty much killed his whole entire family just for some money, just for something that first of all it was for your brother, now it's all of a sudden for yourself and to live longer, like that's a huge dramatic change within the time of going to this place and coming back. So not only is that part of this, they somehow briefly make it feel like the main character who hasn't showed any real like emotional connection to anything. He's about to lose his power. He's like, okay, I guess I should enjoy this burnt toast that I'm eating with light on before I can't see the burnt toast and I'm just eating it with the lights off. Like that's the type of guy this man is. And to have all of a sudden everything in this world like kind of just be thrown at him. It seems like everything's being thrown at him, right? Like this kid's whole entire life was trying to help slash save his brother, his maybe go in there and see if his mom and dad's okay as well. Like, what's stopping him if he finds his parents in there hooked up to a centipede that's being led around the forest? So whenever anybody tries to interact with that centipede, three more come out of the ground and destroy you. Like these are the types of things that are in there, and their parents didn't get taken out by them. Like they clearly had some type of explorer exploration about them or like knowledge of the place before just hopping in head first. And that's also like a really sad part about it is there's probably explorers with so much knowledge and could help, but they're getting killed off by people who they would never like want to fight against or want to even believe could turn evil. So that all being said, that was just episode 1 really. We see the character has no connection to anything. We find this boy who's pretty much so sick that when he walks around for not even the full day, he ends up passing out. So it's a miracle he makes it to this guy in the first place. We find the brother after he sets out for the second time to try to get this fruit, supposedly. Um, when he's setting out, he doesn't say anything normal to to his little brother that he did the last time he set out. When he's like, "Yeah, let's go there together next time, and we'll, figure something out. And when you're strong from eating the tear, you'll be my adventure buddy." So it went from that to just like, "Oh no, like I'm just gonna turn my back on you now, please." He probably did not want his little brother in there. That's why he was so surprised. But being so lost in this place, I was just about to say lost in the sauce, and that's wrong. um, just being in this place, I think, so long is really what changed this man. And like his brother tried to say, he thought it was something manipulating him, just like how um, we saw the centipede leading the guy around in the forest to trap people. He's like, this has got to be the same thing. That's exactly what's happening to my brother. Yeah, no, your brother is just a piece of crap at this point, and that's what the main character decided. He decided. He didn't go, I'm gonna now allow myself to try to talk this man down from trying to kill me. No, he literally breaks all of the teeth he can in this man's mouth. After that, he still rushes him down. Actually, no, he punches him once and lets the guy get a punch on him after eating the tear, which another thing that kind of drove me into loving this character is he's like, the tear brings a high price, and he comes and sees how the tear was created, sees how the brother just gets stabbed in the back with a bone the guy picks up or that he's been holding out on killing other people with, like the people he traveled in there with. um, we we then see just like how much endurance, how strong. I mean, we saw how strong he was when he was going through all these monsters with this black Chidori looking energy that he uses. It's like a black lightning that he can just use, or he can form it into a sword, which is fire. But to be honest, we then get put back in the situation where he has nothing but this person he calls Zero, and she's really just like the assistant that controls robots from home. And this little boy dies trying to save his brother that really wanted to be there and wanted to make as much money for himself or live longer. Like, he eats it and gets much stronger. So it's clear that if a lot of people wound up staying here or wound up trying to be in this place and learning all about it, they could become more dangerous than the animals or the demons that are already there, you know? So much in this show with one episode that I can imagine that if you guys get into the comments section with me, my anime people, I'll have something interesting to probably answer, or if you have any questions about what I don't go over, I definitely will give you it all. Just at this point, I'm moved by the greatness of how this looked, how the main character just took control and absolutely smashes this man after seeing what he did to everybody. And how he's still laughing. He's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "Finally he died." You know, like it's a funny joke to him that his little brother died after he was almost brought back to life. But with the sickness, his body was just that much more weaker, man. And boy, did this guy take it out on his older brother and beat the living crap out of him. He didn't even use a sword. He just used the energy, literally just punched so hard that even trees were ripping up out of the ground. Probably much more powerful trees than we've seen. These trees are thick and ginormous, pause. But I really, really look forward to hearing what people think about the show, not to mention how great it could be. I mean, I could understand some people hating on it because there really wasn't much to learn about the character. He could seem rather generic to people, but to me, I could see past that aspect into what could really and truly be. So, with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case it is when you're watching this. I am the Anime G, and I hope I talk to you in the next one. Peace.